How's everyone? This is going to be a video about creating an IK rig and retargeter for the Sytnty characters in the Unreal Engine 5. And this is going to be a crucial step if you want to use the Sytnty characters because they're not rigged to the Unreal Engine mannequins. And so this was possible in the Unreal Engine 4. It was actually pretty easy, but they changed it in the Unreal Engine 5. And I believe when they get it done, it's becoming more streamlined. I believe when they get it done, it's going to be an easier process. But once you understand how to properly create the IK rigs and retargeters, and to set up the character, everything will be a lot easier. So I'm going to use Survival Game Kit version 2. This is a really popular asset on the marketplace, and we're going to get started. So I have a fresh SGK-v2 project open, and also have a third-person project where I keep all my Synty assets, and that just makes it easier to migrate them into projects. Of course, you can copy them, their content folder, and paste it into your project, but this is how Epic advises to do it. So we're going to use the Polygon prototype pack. I'm going to right-click on it. We're going to migrate. Okay. Now we're going to go to projects. I'm going to paste this into the content folder. Now that's closed out. I also want to get some animations with root motion in here. And so we're going to be using DeadPixelLab's climbing component. So I've got this project open, do the same thing, right click. And we're going to migrate. It's in there. Okay. Content folder. Okay. All right, that should be good. We're going to close this one out. All right, now we have them in our project. So the first thing we're going to want to do is basically you would just choose whatever Synty character you want to use. I typically use the no face character mill skeleton from the prototype pack. It is, because the Unreal Engine mannequins, they have no face, they're mannequins, whatever, it doesn't matter. Use whichever one you want, but this one doesn't have a skeleton, so we're going to right click. We're going to go to skeleton. We're going to create a skeleton. Now we're going to right click again on the skeletal mesh, and we are going to create a physics asset, create and assign. All right. Okay, so now the next thing we need is we need a retargeter. So what we're going to do, I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to go to first things first. First, let's add. We're going to go down here to add. We're going to add a feature or content pack, and we're going to add the third person content pack, add to project. In this project, the reason why we're going to use this one is because it comes with some pre-made Unreal Engine 4 and 5. You can see it comes with some rigs here. We're going to take advantage of those. So we got those in here. Now next, let's go to our characters, and in here we're going to right click and we're going to create another folder, and we're going to call this rigs. Inside this, I'm going to right click again. I'm going to go to animation and scroll down to IK rig and click IK rig. I'm going to name mine IK rig_Synty. Okay, we're going to click on it, open it up. We're going to dock it. There's nothing in here, so what we need to do is go over here to the skeletal mesh, and then we're going to choose our Synty no face. Right. Now, I'm doing this method. This is what worked for me. In SGKV2, he does provide an IK retargeter. And in my project, I had a lot of trouble trying to retarget animations with root motion, because when you're using assets and the character you're using isn't rigged to the Unreal Engine skeleton, then you have to go through a process. Like, for example, the Sytnty Characters, they have a really basic skeleton. And so you have to create an IK rig to be able to transfer those animations to the character. And it's necessary. It has to be set up properly. And so we're going to set one up from scratch. And this is how we're going to do that. So I am going to start with the root. And we're going to go to the root. We're going to right click. We're going to click new retarget chain. It's already named as root. And just add it, and there it is. And next, I'm going to go to spine. We're going to go from spine 1, spine 2, spine 3. Right click, retarget chain. It's already named for us. Okay, now next we're going to go to the left clavicle. Right click. I'm going to call this left clavicle. Okay. Add chain. And the next is going to be the left arm. The left arm is going to start at upper arm L, lower arm to hand L. Click new retarget chain. That one's already named for us. I'm going to add the chain. Okay, the next we have the left thumb. And so we got thumb 1, thumb 2, thumb 3. Add the chain. Next we have left index. We'll go index 0 to index 1 to index 4. Then we're going to go to left pinky. Now, the Synty characters, they only have really 3 fingers. So they have a thumb, they have a first finger, and then the middle ring and pinky, they're all 1 finger. It's like a flipper. So when it comes to doing like the left thumb is fine, the left index, but when you're doing the pinky, the ring, and the middle, we're going to use finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, finger 4. And we're going to right click. Okay, we're going to call this left pinky. Make sure you capitalize it. So left pinky. Like the same. Do another one. This one's going to be called left ring. Okay, make sure you spell these correctly. And then we're going to do one more. This one's going to be called left middle. Okay, now we're going to do the same for the right. We're going to start with the right clavicle. You can see this is basically just starting at the top and just working our way down. So just taking my time making sure that I spell everything correctly. Okay, right clavicle. Move your right arm, that's going to be upper arm right, lower arm right, hand to R. Right click. It's going to be right arm. We're going to do right thumb. So 1, 2, and 3. Right index. Pinky. Hold on one sec, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Okay, so this is right ring. Okay, right ring, and one more. Now right middle. Okay, now we're going to do the head, and we're going to go, this is just going to be, we're going to start at neck 1, neck 0, 1 to head. Okay. That'll be the head. Now we're going to do the legs. So we got the right leg, and that's thigh R to ball R. So calf, foot there. That's the right leg. And then we're going to do the same with the left. Thigh L, calf L, foot L, ball L. Right click. Okay. Now we have that set up. The next thing we want to do is we want to go up here to the pelvis. We're going to click on it. We're going to right click. We're going to set this as the retarget root. So make sure you do that. And once you do that, just save it in case something crashes. And now we can set up our retargeter. And before we do this, we're going to be using the SGK V2 mannequin. And as I've said, the SGK V2 does use the Unreal Engine 4 mannequin, but from experience, when using the Sytnty characters in here, if you try to add these, try to create the retargeter with the SGK V2 mannequin as the source, you'll have issues with retargeting. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Unreal Engine 4 Manny as the source. But before we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to find the Unreal Engine 4 mannequin, which is in Characters, Mannequin, Meshes, and we're going to go into the skeleton. I'll dock this up here. Now what we want to do is go to Window, scroll down to Asset Details, and right here we're going to make this skeleton, this Unreal Engine 4 skeleton, compatible with the SGKV2 skeleton. Okay, so you see that? This is SGKV2. All right, we're going to save that, close it, and you'll see down here, okay, we have all those animations. I wanted to show you, this usually just has one animation, but after you do this, you usually have to close it and then open it back up. But you can see now we have all these animations here that are from the SGKV2 mannequin. All right, they'll work. So next we're going to go to the SGKV2 meshes, skeletal. We're going to go down, we're going to click on this skeleton. We're going to go up to Windows, Asset Details, and we're going to make this one compatible with the Unreal Engine 4 mannequin. Okay. All right. Now what we want to do is, I should have done it while I was in there. We're just going to go back to the Unreal Engine 4 skeleton. And while we're in here, we're just going to add, since we have the climb and vault animations as well, we're going to go ahead and add that skeleton, which is right here, and make it compatible as well. The Unreal Engine 4, and when you go back in here, you'll see all of those are now in here as well. Okay, so this is very convenient if you're using a character that's rigged to the Unreal Engine 4 mannequin. I mean, this is really all you have to do. You just have to make the animations compatible with your skeleton, and you can use those because it's rigged. But when you're using any character, this goes for Mixamo characters or anything that are not rigged to the Unreal Engine 4 skeleton. This is, you have to create IK retargeters, IK rigs and retargeters, so that you can transfer these animations successfully. And so, got that one compatible. Okay, so now that we have that, let's also back, and we're also going to make that compatible with the SGKV2 skeleton, just to be safe. And you close out of there, open it back up, and all those animations are there as well. Okay. So now we have our compatible skeletons. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our retargeter. So let's go back to rigs, where our IK rig is. We're going to right click, we're going to go to animation. We'll go down to IK rig, and we're going to select IK retargeter. I'm going to name mine RTG_Synty. When we click on it, we want to set the Unreal Engine 4 mannequin as the source, and then the target is our IK rig. Okay, I can dock this up here now. And so we'll go up here to offset, do about 150, and can see our Sytnty character is in, he's in a T pose, and the Unreal Engine 4 mannequin is in an A pose, so we have to set them up. All these green lines, you can get rid of that. Just click on Debug Draw. So it's easier if you just, let's set it back to 0, and we'll overlay this on this character, and you can also go to mesh scale and set it to 1.03. You can make this Synty character the same height as a mannequin, and it's just for preview, so it won't save it that way. It'll just help things out. And so now what we need to do is we need to get the Synty character into this pose. So we're going to start with the upper arms. Don't touch the clavicles. That can cause you all kind of issues. So we're going to start with the upper arm L. Hold down Control, upper arm right. First, we need to go into edit mode. Upper arm L, upper arm right. And we're going to bring these down about, no, not like that. I'm going to bring them down about 40. And then we are going to, let's get a side view going. We're going to go to our lower arm. Same thing. You can do them both at the same time. We're going to bring these up, let's say about 30. Okay. Now, hand L and hand R. Looks like we can bring those down about 10. That looks good. But let's go back real quick to lower arm right. And it looks like we can rotate these about 20. Okay. Now next, we're going to go into the legs. We're going to go to the thighs. And let's drop this down to 5 degrees, and it looks like we can open these up about 5. Back to 10. And let's go to, looks like the feet are kind of, now that we brought the legs out, the feet are kind of tilting in. So foot R and foot L. See if we can. No. Let's rotate them out to the right. Not 10 degrees. Sorry about that. Let's drop that down to 5. Okay, and let's just do that about 5. That looks pretty good. Okay, now the fingers. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle, but it's like the fingers can be adjusted. So let's go to, I'm just holding down control, left control, and I'm going to go down to the left hand, starting at the index finger, and I'm going to do the same to this hand. Looks like we can bring those in about 10. Okay, that looks good. All right, now let's do our offset. That looks pretty good. You can spend as much time on this as you want to. That looks pretty good. And now we can try our animations. Okay. Look from the side, that looks pretty good. Pistol animations look good. Yep. And I would just kind of go through and just take a look at them. Make sure everything looks good. Crouch animations. Okay. Yeah, that all looks really good. So I'm satisfied with that. Now Synty is notorious. They don't have twist bones, so you know, sometimes like you can see the angle of the wrist. It looks really twisted. There's really not a lot you can do about that. Without having to, you can spend time. I have actually spent quite a bit of time to get them right. You can open up the arm a little bit, the lower left arm or right arm, that would be, and you can mess with it, but be aware if you do that, you might have to spend other time adjusting other animations. So I'm okay with this. When you're okay with this, we're going to shift click, and we're going to scroll all the way down, and we're going to grab these animations. We're going to go to export selected animations. Now we're going to go on the polygon, mesh, characters. Right here, we're going to right click on characters and add a new folder and call it RTG_anims. Okay, and then hit export. And we'll give this a minute. It'll take a second for it to get all those together. Okay. So there is something that I believe that I have forgotten to do that is pretty crucial. I'm about to check out and see. Let's check out this animation. Okay, we're going to pause it. Now if you go up here to character, go to bones, we're going to hierarchy. We're going to play this animation. Okay, so what you're seeing here is this is the root, and this is the issue that I will show you how to fix it. It's just I rushed through it, but basically this root is not moving, and so let me see. I'll close this animation out, and what I believe I'm going to have to do, let's just go back. Let's grab these animations. I'm going to right click and just delete these, because I missed a pretty crucial step, and this is something that can cause you a lot of problems. So just go back through, force delete. And I'll go over it and I'll explain to you while I'm doing that. Hopefully this won't cause the engine to crash. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go back here. And so I'll show you before I retarget these animations. Let's go and find one of the vault. We'll find one with root motion. Okay, so here, like you can see it if you zoom out, how right here with this character, the root is moving and there's a red line, so you can see the root motion is working. Ours, the root's standing still, so we need to go to right here to chain mapping, and we need to go to the root, go to translation mode, and we're going to set this to globally scaled. Now you can see that the root is now moving with the character. And that's very crucial when it comes to root motion animations. Just make sure you do that on the root. All I did is just click the root here, and I would advise doing that before, right when you get in the retargeter. It's best to just go to the root, click on it, go to translation mode, set it to globally scaled, and then you'll have that all taken care of. Okay, so now we can go back, and now we can shift click and grab all of our animations. We can export them to the folder we just created. 2G anims, export again. All right. First thing you do, let's wait for this to finish. I'd highly recommend go to save all, save selected, in case you have any crashes. The Unreal Engine 5.2 seems pretty stable at this point, but you can see now we have these animations. They look good. We can close out of this, and let's go down and find some of the root motion animations. Yeah, and so you can see that our animations retargeted with root motion intact, and that is very, very crucial. So that's good. Now we have all these animations here, and this is pretty much how you do it with like if you want to bring more animations in, just migrate it into this project and then make the skeleton compatible with the Unreal Engine 4 and the SGKV2 or whatever asset you're using. Make them compatible, and then you can, you don't have to do all your animations at once. You can do these, and for example, you decide you want to add animations later. It's fine. Just bring it, migrate that animation pack in, and just make the skeletons compatible. And you can use your retargeter that's already set up and retarget those animations, and everything should go smooth. So right now, let's see. So we're in SGKV2, and right over here, if you don't have that window, you can go up here to window, make sure your world settings is set. We're going to set this game mode to the SGK game mode. You can click here. And right here with this magnifying glass, if you click on this, it'll take you to the third person character. We're going to click on this. Again, dock it. We'll go to mesh and viewport. Now, if we were to try to change out our mesh right now, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. We'll change them out, and you're going to look to the side. You're going to see this. This happens because we don't have an animation blueprint. And after we set up our animation blueprint, you might see this when your character is performing certain animations, like trying to pick up a gun or pick up things. If you see this, it means that there are animations inside the assets you're using that are not set. And so you have to replace all those animations with your animations. And SGKV2 is not a beginner-friendly asset. There's lots to learn, and there's lots of animations to change out. So what we need to do next is we need to, let's go back to the survival game kit, is we need to set up our anim BP. And first, before we do that, well, I'll save that for another video. I've taken this one pretty long now. But so this right here, as long as you get your IK rig and your IK retargeter set up properly, exactly like in this video, you'll be able to use the Synty characters in this. This is the foundation and the most crucial step. If you just follow the video and do everything that I did, you'll see that you can retarget your animations, and with root motion intact, and everything should work out for you. So I'm going to leave this video at that. I hope this helps you guys. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section. I've been through a lot of trial and error with this and got a pretty good grasp on it now. So I'll be glad to help you out. So thanks for watching.